What's up, guys? The Dolphins just made a big move, signing Jalen Ramsey to a massive 3-year extension through the 2028 season, once again making him the highest paid cornerback in NFL history. This time he passes Patrick Surtain by just $0.1 million per year. He gets $24.1 per year. Patrick Surtain had $24 per year. And he has, on top of that, $55.3 guaranteed. And now this is very well deserved by Ramsey. I know a lot of you are going to be like, well, why are we signing, an older player to a 3-year extension? And we got to remember, Jalen Ramsey is only 29 years old. And so this contract is up after the 2028 season. So he'll be around 32, 33 years old when the contract is officially up. And so that's perfectly fine with me, considering that there's very good corners, Stephon Gilmore being one of them, that can play into their 30s. And Ramsey has shown no signs of really slowing down. Like, is he as great as he was in maybe his first year or two in the league? Maybe not, but like there's things that he can do that is just invaluable. And he's still one of the best in the league, which is why he's getting this massive extension. And it furthers the core of this team that we have signed to massive extensions. Mike McDaniel is going to be here through 2028. Tua is going to be here through 2028. Waddle is going to be here through 2028. And now Ramsey is going to be here through 2028. That gives you kind of like your core four that is signed through 2028. And then on top of that, you have Bradley Chubb, who's signed through 2027. You have Tyreek Hill, who's signed through 2026, and he's in his 30s already. And then you have Zach Sealer, who's signed through 2026. Phillips, his contract is up after next year, so 2025. And Holland is in the last year of his contract. I did forget to mention Austin Jackson is signed through 2026 as well. So we got a good young core of players that are signed for multiple years. And it's what I've been kind of saying is that the Dolphins are being given a window of opportunity by this ownership and by the management group as a whole. They're like, look, you have a young core and then some veterans, a lot of veterans actually, that can go and win something. But you have your window through like 2026. After that, they have options on outs on a lot of players, Tua included, Waddle included, and I'm not sure the exact contract details of Jalen Ramsey, but knowing Chris Greer, there's going to be an out after 2026. He's been very mindful of his contracts. Now, also, this brings in, where does that bring in Phillips? He needs a contract extension. Javon Holland needs a contract extension. You want to be able to take care of your top guys first. And look, Holland is still a top guy. Phillips is still a top guy. But when you got Ramsey taken care of, Tua taken care of, Waddle taken care of, those contracts, you already know they're going to be here for a long time. You can then allocate that money, and by allocate, I mean restructure their deals and give them their guaranteed money into a signing bonus. Look at what Cleveland did this year with Deshaun Watson. He was due $60-something million. They restructured his deal, and they opened up $30-something million in cap space. That's basically what the Dolphins have been doing with their bigger contracts, is they're going ahead and saying, here's your money as a signing bonus. Let me get my cap space back so I can go and chase someone else. Now, given there is a limitation to this, and ownership can only do this for so long, carrying this many contracts, because at this point they're paying a total amount of money that's way higher than the cap. And Ross was already, I think, $40 million over the cap last year. He's going to be well over that this year. So how much longer is he really going to be willing to shell out $40, $50, $60 million extra every single year on top of the cap space? And there's a reason our season ticket prices shot up. It's because we have a good team and we have to pay these players. And that's just another way. But Ramsey, I'm excited to see him get this contract extension. And this actually comes on the day that he's coming back from his injury to practice. Now, he is going to be practicing in some kind of way. We don't know if it's going to be 1 snap, 2 snaps, if he's going to be in there for the entire practice. He could be limited with, you know, the whole limited thing is like weird, because if you play 1 snap, you were limited. If you play all but 1 snap, you were limited. So it's really weird. It's like, it's a little happy medium. And honestly, I'm not too worried if Ramsey misses this game. Now, I would be kind of worried about, okay, who's going to cover Brian Thomas? You know, Christian Kirk's going to be in the slot. He's going to be probably against Kader Kohu most of the time. And if not, Kendall Fuller. And then, you know, you kind of are like, okay, who's covering Brian Thomas Jr.? It's probably going to be Ethan Bonner, Kendall Fuller, whoever gets over there. He is a rookie in his first game, so you don't really expect him to go off. But I'd really rather have Ramsey for the long run. And I said this in my video yesterday about the injury report. So there's a lot of things with this team. But Ramsey being signed, that's a big plus. Kind of like, once again, another weight off the shoulders of not having to worry about that for another offseason. Now, we need to get Holland paid. We need to get Phillips paid. And honestly, I would sign Zach Sealer to an even bigger extension. They were smart enough to sign him last year to, I think, a 2-year extension, which signed him through next year and the year after that. But after last year and the way he's been playing this offseason, give him another 2-year extension, honestly. Like, he's been playing out of his mind, and I love to see it. Plus, he's probably going to be one of the cheaper guys you can actually sign to a big extension like that. Probably not for long, but he is. All right, guys, let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and be on the lookout later for Jacob's preview for this upcoming Sunday. Deuces.